we really wanted them to come in and handle a lot of the day-to-day stuff. And I think just making sure that standard daily processes are happening on time and efficiently. I think, we brought in our AP team member maybe 3 months ago at this point. And at that time, I think, we were transitioning out of a former employee leaving, owning that function. And then basically we had a period where myself and another team member were kind of bridging the gap until we could find more help there. And then we onboarded our AP resource through DCX. And I think, by the time he onboarded, we probably had a pretty sizable backlog of like 50, 60 bills that were just like aging, and just we didn't have time to stay up to date with all the incoming bills and processing things on time. And ever since then, pretty much, when I go to check our log of open bills and need to be processed, it's pretty much empty most of the time because he's every morning on it and clears them all out. And so I think it's just one for us from a productivity standpoint, we can handle the higher volume because someone's very efficient and dedicated to doing it. But I think for myself, the nice part too is as like the manager of the team there, I don't need to worry about it. And nowadays I don't often check like what's the status of our list of bills, stuff like that, because I assume that he's got it under control. So I think that just peace of mind plus the productivity of it has been really helpful. And I think secondly, we've had them also do a lot of our kind of financial support tickets and handle just any queries from customers or vendors about status of payments or trying to apply, payments to different things, account setups on any of our billing or payment portals. And they've just been really great with that because I think that was something that, you don't get a lot of ROI from of like, someone like myself, like spending a lot of my time responding to the tickets. But at the end of the day, you need somebody to do it really well and actually have like, good conversations with the customer vendors to maintain those relationships and make sure they're happy. And so it was definitely taking a ton of time off of our team's hands, trying to just, you send one email, wait for a response, and you just kind of keep track of 50 things at once. Our DCX resources have taken over a lot of that responsibility and just make sure that we have great, financial communications between our customers and our vendors. And that's just been a huge load off of our backs, I think. That's a lot of that day-to-day work now that we can focus on strategic stuff, that we are still enlisting, our DCX team members to help on the strategic stuff as well. But to know that somebody's handling a lot of the day-to-day stuff and we can get out of the weeds has been super, super helpful.